How you doing, everybody? How you doing, everybody? A Memorial Day weekend live on my military train. I just come on here to respect all the soldiers and military veterans and retired military people that fought for us, lived and died for us all those years. From World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, Persian Gulf, Desert Storm, all the wars that came along. We on back the American Revolutionary War and the Civil War and the War 1812. How you doing, Jeffrey? I saw you on Blake. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jeffrey. You're welcome, Jeffrey. I might run my model train in a few minutes. Reason why we had a war to keep peace. The dictators from taking over our country from other countries. Do you go on live today, Jeffrey, or is it tomorrow? Did I miss Millennium Force? Got 15 people watching me today. Well, great, Jeffrey. I might watch your stream. Paul might be streaming tonight. I don't know who else is going to be streaming Memorial Day, Monday. I watched a live stream today, had a U.S. military model trains. I can't think of his live stream. He comes on Boxcar Jerry. I know So It comes on there and on Boxcar Jerry and Blaine Hooks really had a lot of trains come on there today. Had CSX, Norfolk Southern, and some more trains. I saw a Kansas, Missouri, Texas Railroad, Cobbett Hopper car, and I saw the Southern Railroad Cobbett Hopper car, and some more GADX. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate the time for the live. I always appreciate you coming on here, Jeffrey. I wish some more people would come on here. I got one person watching there, 15 people just got off. Train Chase Elliott is on. Virginia Train Films just called. I may ought to watch Train Chase Elliott in a few minutes, see what his trains is. He got NS trains on there on the YouTube. Yes, he sure did. Got 3 people watching me now. How's your weekend, Jeffrey, for Memorial Day? We need to pray for the families that was in the military all during the wars and that died overseas years ago. Pray for the families of the soldiers that died. For all 5 branch of services. I might go run my mama train right now.
During the height of the holiday travel rush. And weather is also causing some headaches for travelers. Strong winds and hail battering parts of the plains and the south. The weather team is standing by the forecast, but Morgan Newport leads us off tonight with the holiday travel pickup. Tonight, New York in the sky. Passengers, wrestling and uninvited men in authorities, they try to open the plane doors mid-flight. A flight from Tokyo to Houston diverted to Seattle. Passengers in planes using a zip tie to restrain the passenger. Ashley Bradley reported the whole ordeal. Thankful others stepped in to help. The airline, All Nippon Airways, confirming the incident and saying a second passenger remained unruly while on the tarmac in Seattle, and that both holiday ever.
Definitely the airport.
This is crazy. In New York, passengers met with more than 300 delays to start the weekend. The airport full flight service after weeks of disruptions from runway construction, aging technology, and ongoing air
No.
traffic. And for those the lines of the airport, an expected 39.4 million stacked up on major highways. Really, really bad. Awful. It's bananas. This tanker fire on Interstate 595 in Florida, bringing traffic to a standstill early today. And out west, thousands of visitors accepted this holiday weekend at Lake Havasu. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Office ramping up staffing as rescuers race through the boat fire, battling the flames between high winds, threatening to spread the fire to other vessels. No one injured in that rain. And on the roads, expect peak traffic tomorrow. Experts say the best time to leave is before 2 p.m. But as for that plane incident, Lindsay, authorities said the man was taken to the hospital after they found he had some sort of mistake. That plane did go on to Houston. Wow. Lindsay, good reminder to go on the road before 2 if we can. Morgan, thank you. Now to the tornado and severe thunderstorm watch with planes and clouds itself. Let's bring WABC meteorologist Danny Beckstrom from our New York station WABC. Danny, give us a sense of the greatest. Greatest concern regarding tornadoes, strong storms, damaging wind gusts from the southeast and parts of the southern plains. A tornado watch now in effect in parts of Texas and Oklahoma, with the severe thunderstorm watch expanding from eastern Oklahoma to northern Georgia. Wind gusts over 70 miles per hour and large hail. Both can cause damage. Plus, the other cloud flooding remains an ongoing issue with an additional 2 to 4 inches of rain between now and Monday night. The area already saturated, which makes roads extra dangerous for heading home for the holidays.
Yeah.
Severe threat focus on Texas tomorrow, then being like a stronger Memorial Day from on the southeast. This is another Monday for many. And I know you'll be back later with the forecast for the rest of the country, Dan. Thank you. Now to the arrest of a U.S. citizen for allegedly attempting to bomb an American embassy in Washington. Good evening, Alex. Tell us what you're learning.
I've been had it.
U.S. and German citizen at JFK Airport in New York today. The 28-year-old is accused of attempting to firebomb the U.S. Embassy field office in Tel Aviv. And authorities say that Newmeyer, seen here on Facebook, walked up to the office earlier this month and allegedly spat on embassy guards before ditching his backpack and running away. Inside, authorities found 3 Molotov cocktails, later disarmed by Israeli National Police. Newmeyer was arrested and deported to face charges in the U.S. A newly unsealed criminal complaint says a subsequent investigation found a Facebook page with hate-filled posts, including this one from the day of the election. It says, "Join me as I burn down the embassy in Tel Aviv. Death to America, death to Americans." Lindsay, tonight, Newmeyer faces a number of charges that could land him in prison for up to 20 years. Lindsay?
Alex, thank you. Next tonight, cities across the country are marking the 5th anniversary of George Floyd's death. His final words, "I can't breathe," became a rallying cry of the nation. But now some say they're facing backlash from the Trump administration. What Floyd's family is saying tonight. Here's ABC's Alicia Shop. Tonight, 5 years since the death of George Floyd, a moment igniting a unifying movement for racial justice and police reform in America in the global pandemic. In Minneapolis, where it began, the community gathering at George Floyd Square, the site of his tragic death, for a candlelight vigil. Attorney Ben Plump, who represented the Floyd family, attended a street festival celebrating change and resilience.
What we want our children to know is that we stood up for George Floyd to get justice, Taylor to get justice, Ahmaud Arbery to get justice in Georgia. We stood up.
In Houston this week, his daughter Gianna sharing her life's purpose. Help in the world, my country, and God is love, and it's a good and be nice to each other. They reflected on Floyd's murder by firing officer Derek Chauvin, who knelt on Floyd's neck for over 9 minutes as Floyd repeatedly said, "I can't breathe." It's awful person and there to be more by that. But recent developments raising concerns for that movement. DC's Mayor Muriel Bowser ordering Black Lives Matter plaza to be paved over in March. Activists see the removal as erasure of a racial justice symbol. And deaths at the hand of police officers, many of them are deemed justifiable, have been climbing since 2020, according to the Project Mapping Police Violence. President Trump saying officers are unfairly targeted and reforms may make it challenging to keep communities safe. The DOJ moved to abandon police reform agreements in Minneapolis and Louisville, and investigations of other local police departments. Minneapolis mayor pushing back.
Yeah.
Is serious about our commitment to police reform, even if the president of the United States is not.
Minneapolis
Oh,
police says reporting police officers 5 years later is still a struggle, and George Floyd's death is still an open wound. But he says meaningful change is
how you
possible
doing,
without
David?
the help of the federal government. Lindsay, Doreen, thank you. Overseas now to Russia launching a large-scale assault to Ukraine of the largest drone and missiles
Oh,
targeting dozens of cities. More President Trump has said about the attacks that are threatening Russia and sanctions. Here's ABC's Mark.
Tonight, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky condemning the quote silence of America after the second consecutive night of Russian airstrikes targeting 30 cities across the country. The latest offensive, the largest Russia invaded Ukraine more than 3 years ago, involved nearly 400 ballistic missiles and drones. Ukrainian officials say killing at least 18 people and wounding dozens more. This woman is thankful her daughter had planned an invitation to escape her apartment in Kyiv and stay with them, saying, and thank God she didn't come, because the rocket hit on the sign where the children's rooms were. These attacks come amid the conclusion of a historic prisoner swap between the two countries. Both sides agreed to exchange 1,000 captives each, but despite that cooperation, airstrikes have only seemed to intensify. Zelensky calling for new sanctions and additional pressure on Russia to agree to a ceasefire, writing on social media, silence of America, silence of others around the world only encourage peace. Without truly strong pressure on the Russian leadership, this brutality cannot be stopped. But Trump's NATO ambassador now saying the president, who campaigned on a promise to end the conflict on day one of his second term, wants a ceasefire, but he's still trying to determine whether both sides are serious about making a deal. It's going to have to be a diplomatic, negotiated resolution. And so, I think we all need to pray for peace as we can and just hope that there's a way that this works out. And Lindsay, just a short time ago, President Trump responded to the recent airstrike in Ukraine, saying in part that President Vladimir Putin has to do and saying, quote, I've noticed he's trying always done around the world, and he's now sending rockets into cities and killing people. I don't like it at all. Lindsay, with each new attack, Dr. Peace is struggling for this.
Sure does. Marcus Moore, thanks to you. Back here in the U.S., the GOP is bracing for a tough budget battle ahead. The House passed President Trump's so-called big bill last week. Now it heads to the Senate. And ABC's senior White House correspondent Stephen Lane. Hi, Stephen. Tell us what's the latest. Well, Lindsay, President Trump's mega bill barely passed the House, and it faces a tough road ahead of the Senate. With one Senate Republican today saying there's enough opposition to stop the process of the House bill extend Trump's tax cuts and taxes on kids, and slash spending for food stamps and Medicaid, which millions of Americans without health insurance. Now, some Senate Republicans want even steeper spending cuts, while others are concerned about those changes to Medicaid, Lindsay. And Sonia, you mentioned these cuts could leave millions without health insurance. How's the administration squaring that with the president's plans to spend millions on an upcoming parade on his birthday? Well, Lindsay, the White House says that this is a special chance to honor our nation's heroes, keep our country safe. But Democrats are slamming the administration for spending on this parade while slashing spending for critical programs. The Army says that it plans to spend up to $45 billion, but the final tally is expected to be much higher. Right now, it's expected to include thousands of soldiers, tanks, armored vehicles, helicopters, and even horses. All of this, Lindsay, to commemorate the Army's 250th anniversary on June 14th, which also happens to be President Trump's birthday. Lindsay, Selena Wang from the White House for us. Thank you. Now,
how you doing, Dagger? Mala trying. Thank you for dropping in. I was running my Mala train. Yeah, I had the news on. My mom and daddy was watching the news. Jaffer by George Floyd. I'm gonna have to get off here in a few minutes. I'm just checking my live streams. Thank you for stopping in, Digger. Happens. Smaller Railway. Won't you on live today, Digger? You still here, Jeffrey and Digger? Just dropped in for a couple of minutes before bed. That's fine. I wish I had me a private train room. How many people still in here? I see 2 people still listening. Thank you for the 2 thumb up. And I'm gonna have to get off of here. Mama want me to get a few groceries. About 7 o'clock. How many saw my train layout? $6.49 already. I got some pictures on the YouTube post about Norfolk Southern. Used to work Georgia Pacific Yard down in Emporia. Norfolk Southern, locomotive 6110. Used to work Georgia Pacific Yard down in Emporia on the old Atlantic and Danville Railroad and Norfolk Franklin Danville Railroad. Jeffrey, I hope Paul and everybody got their mess straightened out last night. Godzilla and Tony and the rest of them, so and Paul and everybody got their stuff straightened out. I know they were talking about Tyrese was trying to hack somebody's YouTube or trying to get all into everybody's YouTube. I might go on Paul's live tonight. I hope Brentley could come on tonight. All the rest of them. Anything happen, just let it pass. Pass on. Live I got on tonight is Matthew Field's American Truck Simulator, Train Chase Elliott with Norfolk Southern. Then the Virginia Train Films comes on him film on YouTube. Jeffrey, you still on here? On here. I see it's two people on here. Oh, great, Jeffrey. I'm glad to hear you still there. There's no problem going to eat your dinner time. I'm gonna soon eat my portions, fish portions. I just ate some Jesse Jones hot dogs today and a little barbecue and a little shrimp. Sorry about the glare. I might have been next to a window. Sun is shining today in Virginia. It's a sunshiny day. Sunday afternoon, which is Sunday evening now. For dinner, Jeffrey, if you don't mind me asking. Well, I'm glad to do the shout out for all the rail finals. I want to shout out to me, Paul, Peyton, Corey, Harry, and some others. And me too. And Jeffrey too. Blaine Hooks, Digger, Boxcar Jerry, and the Georgia Rail fans and Rail Mamas. And JCA 95 train channel on YouTube. which he lives in Brunswick County, Virginia, up in Alberta. Works for the U.S. Postal Service in Lawrenceville. His name is Jeff Allgood. And shout out to Dexter Marvel Flex YouTube, which he goes out there and film trains, which he went up to Huntington, West Virginia and filmed some trains the other day at the old Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad Yard, which is CSX now. But she goes to Burkeville, Petersburg, Emporia, Richmond, different places. North Carolina, by Roanoke Rapids, and different places. Well, that sounds good. I eat a little carrots every now and then. My mama likes meatloaf. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to have to get off here. Good night. I'm going to have to end the live. Shout out to all the real fans. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Shout out to all the real fans. It gets out and film the trains and goes live on trains too. It does all the simulators like trucks, trains, cars, airplanes, and all the simulators on YouTube. Salute all the military people and the military retired veterans fought for us in every war, lived and died for us in every war. And I just want to pray for all the families, had people who's in the service, fought and lived and died for us. And I just hate to see anything pass away or get killed. I might do a live on my granddaddy tomorrow. See you later. Give me some more farm ups, subscribers, and give me some more details, Jeffrey. Everybody saw my train last night. Bye. Good night.